This video is sponsored by my Patreon. Check the link down below or go to stocksurfest.com/Patreon and join. You get all my buys, sells, call-outs, morning update videos, plus more. Check the link down below. Join now. Let's get into the video. Not too shabby of a day today, guys, considering we're seeing the highest inflation. This is crazy. The highest inflation that we've seen in 40 freaking years, guys. You would think the stock market would sell off, right? Nope, it didn't. It didn't, and we got to break it down in this video. So hit the like button, subscribe, make sure to leave me your thoughts down below in the comments, and get your 2 stocks from Webull and your $50 free from M1 Finance. Both of those are linked down below, and let's get right into the video. So you guys can see first and foremost how SPY today pretty much broke out of the 180 moving average on the 20-day chart here. We talked about this just briefly earlier in my, I think, second video for the day. And you also can see a clear-cut inverse head and shoulders on SPY, which I do have 2 alerts set, one at 473, the other at 475. If these alerts break, or 473 roughly breaks, we're probably going to complete that right shoulder anywhere from 480, probably around 480, 478, 480. That is where this thing could go. And if I pull up the intraday chart, let's see what's going on here. We're seeing actually a lot of consolidation above 470, which is a very good sign for the bulls. Look, we ran up to about 473 at about 10:15 a.m. on the East Coast. Then we went down to just a little bit under 470, and then we broke back over 470 at about 11:30 a.m., and it's been smooth sailing since then. I mean, we've just been holding above 470, 471, which again is a very good sign for the bulls. So keep an eye, I would say overall, guys, 473 over the next couple of days for SPY. That's the biggest resistance. Bulls need to get out of there. And for triple Q, bulls need to break out of right around 390. 390 is where my alert is right now. And you guys can see we closed at about 387 today. And the big resistance is 390 because that was support back in November. Also in December a little bit, and we're also noticing even just recently, a couple of days ago, earlier in January, we held support above 390, but the second it broke, it became resistance. So I believe in the short term, if triple Q breaks 390, we're probably going to see some upside, whether it's the 395, 400. That is where momentum will likely take it, in my opinion. Even though we are currently seeing the worst inflation since the 1980s, early 1980s at that, and we did cover that in my morning video today, which I did decide to upload on YouTube. Typically, the morning videos are only for the top tier patron members, but today, since this morning was a big time period for the market, it led me to upload it onto YouTube. So go check out that video, of course, after this video. And if you guys are finding value in this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, drop me a comment, let me know your thoughts, and let's now talk about some stocks. I was actually watching CNBC earlier, which admittedly, guys, I'm not one of those people that watches CNBC all day, and I'm not knocking you if you do. Go ahead. I mean, it's great if you're watching it all day. You might as well. I mean, stocks are great, the markets are great, but me personally, I watch more YouTube, and I watch a lot of different investing podcasts, which maybe we'll talk about them one day. Another business podcast, I watch that throughout the day, like in the background or whatever, as opposed to CNBC, but I do watch it sometimes, and today was one of those times that I was watching it, and they started talking about Crocs, ticker symbol CROX, and these were really popular. You guys know those shoes. I don't even know if they're shoes. I guess they are shoes, sandals, whatever you want to call them. They were really popular when I was a kid. This was when I was like 10 or 11 or 12, guys, years ago. I mean, they were super popular, maybe even after that, I forget. And then they went through a period of time where nobody really liked Crocs, and now they're back. And I even see it firsthand. I see a lot of the younger kids wearing them, teens, kids younger than that, young adults. I mean, I don't personally wear Crocs, and honestly, I wouldn't. Me personally, I'm not knocking you if you wear Crocs, but they're back in style, and it doesn't matter whether, oops, I knocked my coffee over there. I don't know if you guys heard that, guys. It doesn't matter if I like them, if you like them. The truth is, a lot of people like them now. And for this reason, they're making a lot of money because more people are buying them. You guys know how kids are, younger people, and just people in general. They want what a lot of other people want. So that's kind of what we're seeing with Crocs. And they actually upped their guidance, their revenue guidance, guys. Their revenue guidance for 2021 is now, again, they raised it. It's now up 42%. That's what they're seeing year over year, which is nuts. And they expect 2022 revenue growth of 20% year over year. So the growth is going to slow down, but still, 20%, that's pretty solid growth. And the stock today is up 7%, roughly 6.8%. It went up today as the markets did close about 15 minutes ago. And it seems like it is double bottom breaking out, or double bottoming followed by a breakout. You guys can see two distinct bottoms at the same support level at about 116.50. Let me show you all what I'm seeing right here. You guys can see the one bottom here followed by the second bottom here. So we're getting that double bottom, and now we're clearly breaking out as we are trading at a multi-day high, and we're above the 50 moving average on this 4-hour chart. So I think in the short term, guys, Crocs has upside to about 145, 150 at least. That's right by the 180 moving average on this time frame, which is literally this gap that I'm about to draw right now with my oval. You guys see what I just drew? That is where Crocs will likely go, in my opinion, in the short term. And sure, it could break 180, or not 180, 150, roughly the 180 SMA, and then we might be going to the next resistance, which is roughly at 165. So Crocs, they up their guidance. Full year 21 is going to be great, and they're very popular now, so we could see that upside. And this is more of a trade for me. I wouldn't necessarily invest in Crocs because, like I said, years ago, I remember, heck, I think I even had a pair of Crocs back then. They were very popular. Then they went through a little period of time. Well, it was actually a while, at least to my knowledge. They went through a good chunk of time where nobody liked Crocs. They weren't as popular. Now they're very popular. So I don't want to be a part of a cyclical business like that per se, where it's more of a, I don't want to say it's a fad business, but the fact that it could come in style, go out of style, that doesn't make me want to invest in it. But as a trade, again, I would trade it all day. So that's Crocs, TTWO. Look at what happened, guys. Look at what happened with Take Two. Not to toot my own horn, but did we not say this was likely to happen? This thing went up 5% today, up over $7.50 per share. And this is just a couple of days after they announced they're buying Zynga in an all-stock deal. And they paid a premium for Zynga. That stock went ballistic that day. I think it was up 45% at close. And this stock, TTWO, that same day that Zynga went up 45%, TTWO went down about 15% and went down to 138. And I told you guys, look, relief rally is likely to occur. Did I think it was going to happen this fast? Nope, I didn't, but it happened nonetheless. You guys can see we hit 138, which was very oversold, and I drew this level right here, 160. I told you guys, look, 160, that was the bottom in the beginning of December. That's where we probably will rally to. And lo and behold, a couple of days later, we rallied to about 160. We're now trading at $156 per share. So the reason why I'm watching it is not necessarily because I want to now short it because I think this is a bull trap. I think it's going to go back down to 145, 140, 130s. I'm not looking to short it here, but I am looking to see if we actually take out 160 and maybe start gaining some ground towards the next level, which in this case is 180. So there actually could be more upside if we break 160. So I'm watching out for that. And now it seems like we're trading, we're trying to get back into this inverse head and shoulders, which if so, that would give us even more upside, maybe to 180, 185, 190. So keep your eyes on TTWO. We also got some news today from Dish Network. They're looking to merge with Directv, And I'm not sure if they've done this before. I think I might have heard they've done this before. Was that on CNBC too? I think they might have been talking about it on CNBC, but I was kind of distracted at the same time while I was kind of listening and watching the CNBC, which is why now I'm forgetting. But they might have already been in talks of merging with Directv a couple years ago. Now they're doing it again, and the stock went up 3%. And in my opinion, it makes sense for these companies to consolidate, to merge. What's the point of there being a bunch of different companies like Directv, Dish Network? I mean, there's not that many, but it makes sense that they will or they would want to merge. So in this case, they're looking to do that with Directv. The stock went up 3% on the day. Nothing crazy. It was actually up a little bit more earlier in the day. And this actually happened after market hours yesterday, I believe. Yeah, look at this. We closed yesterday at 35, ran up to 38 in the pre-market today and after market yesterday. And I think overall, this is starting to reverse. You guys can see on the 4-hour chart, we're above both moving averages now. We're trading at multi-week highs. Let's see if the momentum continues. Let's see if the momentum continues. Netease is the next one here that we called out a couple of days ago, NTES, and now it's finally starting to move. This one up 2.3% today. It's breaking out of the wedge that we called out a couple of videos ago here on the 4-hour chart, and we're also trading above the recent high, which was right around, where was this? $105. That was in the end of December. We broke that high, and now it seems like we're trading at multi-week highs. So this is the start of a breakout. In my opinion, I think this could end up going anywhere from $115, maybe $120 per share, which could give it anywhere from, let's see here, guys, anywhere from 9% to maybe 12% upside from where we are, from 105, 106 to anywhere from $118, $120 per share. So keep your eyes on Netease, NTES. This one is starting to bounce. Alibaba, guys, something's been up with these Chinese stocks lately, and by no means are they reversing completely, but they're gaining some ground, and I can't complain. I'm a shareholder in Alibaba. It is one of my smaller long-term growth positions, and now it's at a pretty good valuation because of all the fear with China. Alibaba today went up 3.9%, almost 4%, up over $5 per share, and just in the past roughly 2 weeks, it has gone up from 111 to 137 a share. It is up. That's insane, guys. It is up about, let's see on a percentage basis, it is up 20 to 23%, something like that, over the past couple of days, which, again, I cannot complain. And if we take out 138, 140, guys, which I'm going to put my alert right there right now. Let's do it together. $140 per share, which is now resistance. It was support a couple of weeks ago, months ago. Now it's resistance. If we break 140, this is going to fill the gap to 158. No problem. It's going to have 15, 20 bucks more upside from where we are now, in my opinion, which would be awesome. And at that point, that's going to be the real test. You know, if we run another 10, 15% from here, which is possible, is it going to fill the next gap to 180? That's the million-dollar question. I'm not too convinced of that yet, because if we got to 148, or rather 158, 160, which is the next gap, we're still going to be overall in the downwards, still in a downwards trend. So we got to break 180 or get to 180 before bulls might be able to turn this thing around. You know, that's what I'm thinking as of now. So keep your eyes on Alibaba. ETN is another one that I'm looking at here. Eaton Corporation. This one's in a wedge on the 4-hour chart. Clearly, you guys can see it. Lower highs, higher lows, all that good stuff. And today we had a pretty good day, up 2.2%. We're currently testing the top of this wedge, and if we break out of, let's say, 172, I'll put my alert right there right now. If we break above 172 per share, this might go mid-high 170s, 180s. We might just full-on breakout. So keep your eyes out on Eaton Corporation. This kind of looks like Netease in a way. Let me show you guys the Netease chart again. You guys see the wedge on Netease? We broke out. Now we're going to the recent highs. Netease's highs being about 120. That's the same thing that's going on with ETN right now. We're trying to break the wedge. If we do, we're going to go to the recent highs, which in this case, $175, $176 per share. So keep your eyes on ETN. MasterCard, or not MasterCard, MS is the ticker. It's Morgan Stanley. Morgan Stanley. MasterCard is MA. That's the ticker for MasterCard. Morgan Stanley has been actually breaking out lately. You guys can see this went through a period of time from August throughout, let's see here, the beginning of this year. So about 4.5 something months. This went through a time period where it wasn't necessarily completely flat, but it was slowly declining in price. It went from about 105 down to about 95, and now the bulls have slowly been gaining momentum back on Morgan Stanley. You guys can see in the beginning of this year, we broke out of the moving averages. Now we're clearly seeing a golden cross, and we're noticing the fact that we're trading at multi-week highs. And overall, today the banks did not do that well. The banks sold off. We had Morgan Stanley down 2.7%. We had JP Morgan down. Actually, this one up 0.6%. Let's see what Wells Fargo did. Wells Fargo, 0.6%. BAC, maybe Morgan Stanley is the only one. Okay, BAC was down 0.7%. So it was a mixed bag in the bank stocks. And Morgan Stanley did get the short end of the stick today. Again, down almost 3%, with earnings coming up in 1 week from today on the 19th. So I'm looking at this pullback as maybe a dip on Morgan Stanley. Maybe, if we see buyers step in around $100, $102 per share around these moving averages on the 4-hour chart, we might be getting that sign of buyer stepping in, breakout. That could be a nice trade heading into earnings, especially if the other banks do well. We have JP Morgan reporting, I believe, tomorrow. Let me double check that, or maybe Friday. They're reporting on Friday, and we have Wells Fargo this week as well, which is just ridiculously overbought now that I'm looking at it. Wells Fargo is on Friday. Look how overbought Wells Fargo is. This is going to have to crush earnings, I'm telling you, to go up even higher, considering it's gone straight up from $48. This stock was $48 in the beginning of this year, just 11, 12 days ago. Now it's $57 almost. So they have to kick earnings, to do for the stock to go up even higher. But let's say if they do well with earnings, JP Morgan does well, Morgan Stanley is probably going to rebound and start bouncing back, even though they report earnings in a week from today. So that's crazy. Why is Wells Fargo up so much? I think they might have been talking about this one on CNBC today as well. Maybe there was an analyst. I don't know. Maybe an analyst. Maybe an upgrade. Oh, here it is. Piper Sandler upgrades Wells Fargo. That was today, or was that yesterday? Either way, Bank of America, to cut overdraft fees. That has nothing to do with Wells Fargo. But overall, Wells Fargo's crushing it. The banks are crushing it. Energy's crushing it. We have to see if this continues. And as always, I'd love to know your thoughts. Drop me a comment down below. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and join my Patreon. If you want all my buy, sells, call outs, morning update videos, more access to me throughout the day, all of that's on Patreon. Link down below. Or you can go to StasserFest.com/Patreon. Make sure to also get your 2 stocks from Webull. All you have to do is use my link, deposit any amount of money. We each get 2 stocks. And you could also get $50 from M1 Finance. Use my link down below, deposit $100 with M1 Finance. We each get some good old money. Get your free money down below. Join the Patreon. I'll catch you guys in the next video, which I'll pop one up right here. Go check out my CPI video or my 3 oversold stocks to buy video from earlier. I'll pop them up here. I'll see you guys there. Thanks for watching. As always, peace out.